Welcome to the Market Mindset. We are the hub for news, results, and CEO interviews focusing the junior commodities sector. We provide market analysis and perspective that will help position you for solid returns. If that sounds like something you're interested in, you can help support us by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the notification bell. For more info, you can visit our website. All links are in the description below. Now let's get into today's video.
Good morning, everyone. It's Andrew with the Market Mindset. Today, we're catching up with the Executive Chairman and Director, Bruce Bragagnolo of Regency Silver. He's been away down in Mexico on site for a few months now. Great news flow coming out, great news results, lots of news we're going to catch up on, and certainly being reflected in the stock in a pretty challenging market. So how are you doing today, Bruce? It's great to catch up and get some of the firsthand stories right from the ground.
Yeah, thanks for having me back on. Things are going very well on the ground. As you can see from our news release of February 23rd, everything's going quite well. We hit big zones of sulfides and mineralization. Hole 2314 in particular looks very nice. Zones of pyrite, chalcopyrite, and specularite, which is very similar to what we found in hole 1. We don't have assays back yet. Those should be out by the end of March. But visually, it looks very similar. The pictures that we posted with the news release aren't quite as good as some pictures that I have, and we can show them on the screen here so you can see what they look like.
Yes, and that's one of the things I'd like to remind people too, and we spoke to you just a month ago or so, was the success that you've had in Mexico with silver. I mean, you're someone who knows what you're looking for, so it does go a long way to get a sense of on the ground what you visually see, and of course waiting on the assays to kind of put into perspective your whole career, what's happening and kind of proving out your thesis.
Yeah, our belief here, based on my experience in Mexico and what I know about structures in Mexico and different types of deposits, this is a very unusual type of system. Our thesis is that we're sitting right on top of a large gold, copper, silver porphyry, and that the source is right below us. So, we need to finish off the IP, which is 80% completed. We need to get the finished product because they have to run it through an algorithm. The IP is shows the different types of minerals in the rock, so it's going to help us, given the high sulfide content of what we're drilling into. It should show very well on the IP. The IP is deeper, so it's going to show us what's at depth, and we're very optimistic about what we're going to see in the IP program. So we should have that news out, middle to end of March. And that'll be followed up with drill results from as many holes as we can put out at the end of March, at least the first 3 holes, because we're getting our assays back in about 4 weeks.
That's excellent.
It is very good, and the drill is still turning. So when we get our IP results and our assay results, that will help us define our ongoing drill program and how many rigs to bring in, just help us in general to maximize the bang for our buck when it comes to exploration and drilling in particular.
Well, speaking bang for your buck, I mean, you guys have had a lot of success very quickly. I mean, this is happening even for mining standards pretty quickly. Now, of course, there's a lot of hard work that goes before the company goes public that you've had to do for years and years and whatnot. But for someone who's just watching the story and how it's been developing, you've had a lot of success with the drill holes, and hopefully we'll continue seeing that. And I think that that is something to point out, especially to generalists, is that it doesn't always go this smoothly. I guess one could say to date. And I don't want to knock on wood, but it's been a great result so far.
Yes, definitely. But what sets this whole project apart is the elevated grade of gold. In our first hole, we hit 36 meters of 6.84 grams of gold. And that really helps drive the economics of a project. We don't have to find any more width. We don't have to find any higher grade. We just need to find more of the same material. So we're really trying to maximize our the results here by making sure our spend is done very efficiently. The IP isn't cheap, but it's a necessary thing for us to do to help us define our drill program. So that spend will be out of the way shortly, and we'll have the results of that out, sometime in March.
And like I said, especially in this kind of market where people are looking for results, and up here, a lot of the assay labs are kind of tied in for months and months on end. There is a sense of like urgency. I always look for people want the story to continue, not stall out. And having all these results going to be flowing through in a very short period of time keeps the momentum going in the company and in the story and in the stock itself.
Yeah, we have to keep momentum here, and we have to. We have a great project, and we want to keep working on it. We don't want to stop. So we're going to keep that one drill turning continuously, and then after we get our results, we'll be able to define where to put any other drills and to where to put the current drill. So right now we're stepping out on 50-meter spacings, and we'll continue to do that. We have to drill a grid, and we're open to the east, we're open to the west, we're open up dip, down dip, north and south. So there's no constraints on it right now.
And of course, you're heading off to PDAC this weekend, so that'll be a bit of a world, tour, kind of, because there'll be so much action, there'll be so many people to talk to, that'll keep you busy with people showing interest in the project and trying to figure out what's happening. And then, of course, getting the word out that, listen, there's more news coming, and the rest who are invested already, they've seen the stock do very well, so they're quite happy, but they know that there's more news to come. And at that point, I guess, we know what the milestones are for the short term. Once those results come in, the data is evaluated, we know what the next step is, and that's pretty close.
Yeah, we're not far away at all. We've tried to move relatively quickly here without sacrificing quality, and so far so good on that front. We do constant QA/QC checks. We check the drills to make sure they're turning properly, or the drill is turning properly. So yeah, we've got a quality asset. We've got a good team on the ground. We've got Mike Tucker, our head geologist, has been doing a great job. He's instrumental in this discovery, and he's doing a terrific job on the ground and supervision.
Is there any problems that you're anticipating? I mean, you don't seem to have like the supply chain issues that some companies have up here. Of course, there's not the issues with assays. It seems to be running pretty smoothly, which is great.
It is. Yeah, the assay lab is terrific. We've got, Sonora is a great state for mining. Hermosillo is the mining hub for the entire state. So any supplies you need can be found there. We've got a really nice setup in a small town beside the project. It's about 10 kilometers from the project. So we got a nice setup there. It's not a hardship, so it's all good. And
I mean, I'd just like to remind people too, you've got lots of neighbors in short distance that are mining away as well. So you're, some people might just wander across the video and they haven't seen some of the first ones where we've talked to you. Is that this, it has infrastructure. It's a very well-known area. Lots of strong neighbors that are currently mining in the area. And when you're hitting good results, I'm sure that's going to get a lot of attention. Like I said, when you're at PDAC and people wanting to talk to you to see, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, PDAC should be very exciting this year. I'm anticipating a big turnout. and a lot of people that I haven't seen for a few years, obviously due to COVID, and it'd be really nice to reconnect with them. One thing is, speaking of experience, we had 15 analysts covering us at Timmins Gold. So we did get to Toronto a lot. There's been some movement in the industry, but the same people are around. They're just in different places now. So it's gonna be really nice to reconnect with them all and tell them our story. And it's a story we're very proud of and very optimistic about. So it's not hard to spread the awareness.
Having those kind of relationships, and also having like proven that you're a good project manager, you're good at finding projects and having a lot of success in there, it makes it, whenever you go back and visit like analysts or different companies, is that they're going to still demand the assays and the quality and whatnot, but they're going to look, and you're going to be on their radar. So what's wonderful about that is they'll go, oh, okay, it looks like you guys are having some success here. When's the next amount of assays? And you say a couple months away. That certainly bodes well for the stock itself.
Yeah, it helps get your foot in the door. Certainly having existing relationships is very helpful. You don't have to introduce yourself to somebody for the first time. So yeah, it does help. And having a long relationship with Mexico is also very helpful. So the knowledge is very specific to not only the country, but to the state. As you said earlier, there's lots of mines in the district. There's Mulatos, there's La India, there's Dolores. So they're all big operations, and it's a very well-known mining district. What I really like about this area is it's underexplored, for one thing, but it's where three major geological belts line up. You have the mega shear, which is gold coming in from the desert to the west. You have the porphyry belt coming, which is mainly copper, coming in from the north. And you have the Sierra Madres, which is silver, coming from the south. And they all meet up in this particular area. So it's a very prospective area. It's quite interesting. And on top of that, you have a big cap of tuff or basalt, which is kind of covered everything. So it's a very interesting area. And we're very hopeful for the future for the company based on the results we've received so far.
Well, we always love it when a thesis is like being proven right, coming together. I mean, we're still waiting for more data, but it's been quite, like I said, a very rapid start, which is I think what people love as well in this scenario, in this market, where it's hard to find a lot of great stories that are moving this speed, and also with success. And I think that's going to definitely help you along the way in the short term here. So what is something you'd like to see going forward?
Well, what I'd like to see is, apart from our own results, I'd like to see a decent market for the resource sector. The market has not been very buoyant for the last few months. We've had gold down over $130 as of yesterday in 30 days. So if we're doing this well in a not so good market, I'm very hopeful for how we're going to do in a decent market.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to it as well. So thanks so much, Bruce. Really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew.